evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Once you have located your seat, we ask you that you please step out of the aisle so the passengers behind you can pass you. This will expedite our boarding process. Your large carry-on items need to go in the overhead.
It took me a while to get to that point of seeing my job as an opportunity, because sometimes it is a headache, you know, dealing with people come and bring their energy, and you know, you might be working all day on top of everything else that you want to do. It is a headache. It is tiring, but my life and the future that I see for myself is more important than a temporary headache.
So why don't you talk to me a little bit about what do you do for a living?
Okay, well, by day, by W-2, I am a flight attendant, also known as a stewardess. I hate that term because I feel like it's so old school, but people still use it. And I really like to think that I serve people, not just food and snacks, but I am really a person of service, because sometimes I'm the counselor. Sometimes I'm the conflict resolution person. Sometimes I am a travel agent. It just really depends. Like, not only am I there for safety, but you know, just being a flight attendant encompasses so many different roles.
What does a normal day look like for you?
I don't have a normal day.
Okay.
I really don't. Being in the airline industry, things change. You know, like, I can say consistently, I have a schedule where I'm scheduled to work 3 days out the week. However, because I have different goals, I'm picking up trips because I know, okay, I need to pay down debt. I want my credit score to look good. I want my income to look good because I'm still in a real estate frame of mind. So in order for me to build and to create the life that I want, I have to use my job, that's what I have right now, to fund what I want to do. And it's not just real estate too, it's just the life that I want to live as well. So I always have to be forward thinking in everything that I do. It's crazy that I'm an Atlanta native, but Atlanta does not look like Atlanta how it was when I was growing up.
Oh, I bet.
Know? And it just shows you the power of real estate, because obviously there's an interest in developing or gentrifying neighborhoods, right? And now it's like they're gone and the whole neighborhood looks different. So it's just always interesting when I drive throughout the city. As a native, I can kind of understand it from a business perspective in a sense, but as a black person, I don't like our property being taken. You know, I feel like if there was education and resources and knowledge, and not saying that it isn't, because it is, but sometimes we don't know or we may not have access to it. I feel like if we did, or if we like came together as a community to help people keep their property, you know, and have our own neighborhoods. I wish it didn't come with black people or people of color losing their property. And I wish that we just had more knowledge and resources to keep our land. Like, there's so much power in having property and land. And I want to be able to help that.
How'd you get into
real estate?
Yeah.
It fell in my lap.
Okay.
Literally. My childhood home, my mom was renting it out to family, friends, and friends. And it was a terrible experience for my parents because they weren't paying rent. Like, you know, they weren't taking care of the property. So eventually they moved out and the house was just sitting.
So nobody wanted the house?
Nobody wanted the house. I mean, it wasn't a house in a good condition at all. Like, the foundation was sinking. Mold, black mold that you could visually see. The whole house needed to be renovated.
So everybody, when they looked at the house, they just saw
stress and, you know, extra work and, you know, just headache. But I saw, okay, this is my childhood home. I grew up in this house. I saw memories. Like, I saw opportunity. And I just knew I wanted to keep it in the house, keep it in the family, and create income for myself. when I saw that Erica was doing a cohort, I follow her on Instagram and Facebook. She was my realtor. I was like, okay, this girl knows something that I don't know. I need to pay the money. The cohort allowed me to see how I can use what I have and create better. You know, so let's start with the first property. I already have this property. I have maybe at that time $100,000 in equity. I didn't know I could refinance and cash out again. I just thought I needed to keep paying the mortgage till 30 years was over. You know what I mean? And maybe raise the rent here or there, but I didn't know that I could even cash out, pay down debt, cash out, buy a new property. The cohort gave me that. Use what you have. Also, the cohort gave me, hey, a strategy. What kind of investor do you want to be? So with my first property, I was sitting on a gold mine, but I didn't even know there was gold under it. You know, I just felt stressed because, you know, things might break and I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta use my personal money to pay for the HVAC. And the cohort really showed me the treasure.
Man, this is it.
This is it, Erica.
I love it. What's crazy is that I have a friend that lives across the street, so I'm like, I'm over here a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Didn't even know somebody in your own cohort is sitting on this.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is great. You got a gym. Like, there's so much, just houses being renovated like everywhere. Like, it's great.
Yeah, you know, just when I was driving over here, you could just see the activity that's going on in Sylvan Hills. So like for me, always thinking forward, I'm like, okay, I need to stay here. I got to figure out a way to make this happen.
Right. So where you are now in the process?
Well, I put in some of my personal money.
Okay.
So that's a good benefit of working. However, I don't want to keep using my personal money to fund it because I do also, you know, want to enjoy my life and I have other responsibilities.
That's what we say, like how using other people's money, using other resources to make it happen.
So that's where I'm at. I did have one hard money lender that I was looking into that didn't work out. So in order to keep it moving, you know, I'm definitely going to use your suggestion that you mentioned and find a way to make it work. I mean, we're looking at an $80,000 renovation, and that's for both sides. Right. You know, and this is a gut job. Like this house has been closed. I mean,
I want you to walk. I want you to walk me around it so I can see.
One thing that I learned in the cohort, and like visually, we can look at it and see real estate can be messy. I mean, sometimes you may get these properties, and they're so distressed that you cannot even fathom like where do I start. But that's the beauty of it. You know, like you really have the potential to make it whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be traditional. Seeing the opportunities. Exactly. And so that was one also key important factor that I learned with mindset. You know, like really looking at stuff and changing it around. And I can't emphasize enough the cohort and just really learning how to train your mind.
Was there ever a point in the process where you felt like, I just want to give up?
No. Okay. I am the type of person, if I set my mind to do something, I'm gonna do it. It may take me a long time. I want to say it took me 2 years to complete that project, but I was just focused and I wanted to do it. And I just saw the opportunity in it and I did not want to stop.
In the same way that your brother and sister saw the house as a headache and a stressor, but you saw it as an opportunity. So many people are trying as quick as they can to get away from their day job because they see it as a headache and a stress, but you see it as an opportunity.
Yeah, and it took me a while to get to that point of seeing my job as an opportunity because sometimes it is a headache, you know, dealing with people come and bring their energy and, you know, you might be working all day on top of everything else that you want to do. It is a headache. It is tiring, but my life and the future that I see for myself is more important than a temporary headache.